Hello, everybody. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. I want to show you something that got real interesting today. I posted 3 videos on my Buddy Webb 827 TikTok, and they're right here at the bottom. It's all proof showing I wasn't shot with my gun, means that I was shot with another gun. One of them is called size of pellets, 12 gauge pump shotgun, and plastic in the wound. And that plastic in the wound even goes further to show that this was premeditated. But this one here, 12 gauge pump shotgun, okay, I mentioned Matt Davis in this video, and I'm going to show you right here. And I'm going to show you this evidence here in a minute, but it was on the shotgun shell. And basically what I'm saying was that the CSI that picked up my gun didn't check in an empty shotgun shell. And I made a big deal out of it. And several years later, Matt Davis comes in there, scribbles out one piece of evidence, and then handwrites in 12 gauge shotgun shell. Okay. And he wasn't even the CSI. And it was just proof I wasn't shot by gun. Okay, and I was showing this. Then he quit the police department. I found his LinkedIn, went to work for an oil company. Okay, well, I get this comment from this guy, this user. It was a new account. You did it to yourself. After all that proof, and I said the evidence clearly shows that I didn't. What's your connection to this capital murder attempt, or the 4 murder deaths, or the 4 murder deaths that Aaron Pachlhofer just said happened here? And then are you trying to cover them up with lies posted on social media, or were you directly involved? So always take screenshots and back this up, because I want to know who this is, and it's somebody named Matt. Ain't that interesting? Matt Nacho too. Well, what if that's Matt Davis? That's who I'm talking about. He is one of my suspects for the shooter, aka would-be killer. Okay, here's the evidence I pulled on Matt Davis. Here's from the police reports right here. Okay, this is the night of the murder attempt. Sorry about that. Okay, and everything here has Matt Davis on it. And I want to tell you here, show you here, he was on scene at 11:03. Okay, that's important. You can see that in a minute, because at 11:01 is when Woodward and Naylor were seen showing up, and Davis was never seen showing up on camera out front. And that's what told me Davis come in from under my home, and it was somebody under my home that had shot me with my phone lines cut. And Matt Davis was the first of the 5 police officers, Davis, Dickey, Chatwell, Angel, Nell. But Matt Davis was the very first at 11:03, 2 minutes after Woodward and Naylor were seen here. And I'll show you that right here. Okay, it's time stamped on the camera. It's at 11:01. Woodward and Naylor show up in front of my house. And then, as I was showing you here on the police report that was illegally withheld from me for 7 years, I saw that Matt Davis was here at 11:03. 2 minutes later, was not seen arriving on the cameras. That's what told me that he came from under my house. Okay, and then also here, 11:42, tried to contact ex-wife on previous calls at location, no answer with attempts. That's interesting in itself, because he was trying to contact my ex-wife, and she's alleged to be involved in this murder attempt. I'm going to show you. Arthur Welch, her former boyfriend, contacted me about 8 months after I shot and asked me, he says, do you think she had anything to do with the shooting? I dated her for a short time in Lubbock, and she threatened to have me killed, And I'm saying, well, I don't think she was there. I think she lived in Lubbock, etc. And he says, well, I think she had a lot to do with it from the things she said, and I also never will trust her either. This document got submitted in court at the protective order hearing December 18th, 2013. Okay. 8 years later, Arthur Welch posts on Facebook, I was dating this guy's ex-wife when I overheard her talking, and from things I heard, she tried to have him killed for insurance money, and to hear how many police were involved. One, her longtime personal friend. Okay, and keep in mind, Matt Davis was trying to call the ex-wife just about an hour after I'm shot, with my phone lines cut in a premeditated murder attempt. Okay, and I already showed you here where Woodward and Naylor, and that's Martin County Sheriff John Woodward. A sheriff from a whole nother county shows up at 11:01. That had never been explained. And here's the other ones from the police report. Shows where not only Davis was the first one, but then Dickey, he was here at 11:05. Okay. And Dickey saying no one in the house, inside, and lots of odd things like booby traps. So there's no booby trap, no booby traps and evidence. There's another lie, a lie about this Lieutenant Dickey. He falsified the police report. He committed another felony. He came from under my house. Somebody under my home shot me. But anyway, he was here 2 minutes after Davis, So that's what led me to believe that maybe Davis is the one that let out the trap burglar that was in my bathroom. It was maybe Davis under my home that cut my phone lines and shot me with a special plastic tip pellet-filled bullet to make my murder look like an accident, And then maybe he knows the ex-wife and he's working with her, And then also here Angel, but it was Davis, Dickey, Chatwell, Angel, and Hale. They were all at or inside my home without being seen on the cameras. At 11:22 is when they disabled the cameras, and then anybody could show up, after that. And now I found it here on LinkedIn that Matt Davis, here he is, he's a sergeant, detective, city of Midland, and it was just a week after that protective order hearing when that evidence got submitted. That's when he quit and went to work for National Oil Well Varco. I wondered if that company had people at the oil show party, like in 2010 when that little girl was murdered, I'm going to show you some other things here. Here's a picture of him right here, okay? There's Matt Davis right there. Now, in 2016, Abbott, the governor, was in town doing a book signing, and he was working for the governor. Doesn't that look like the same guy right here? Him, look at the beard, okay? And him, and he's working for the governor in 2016. That's what it looks like to me, And I wonder if today he ain't there, trying to spread misinformation and cover up this murder attempt. Now we'll get on to the voice recorder. Okay, I had recorded the burglar alarms going off in my home before I shot. That proved that I was shot during a home invasion. Okay, now I know a burglar was trapped. But I'll show you the evidence on it. Okay, here on the nurse's notes, time stamped at 12:03. The nurse documents me saying, I was talking on a voice recorder in case something was happening. I have proof. Just go look. There's proof. And Detective Rosa Rodriguez was in the room at that time. So they found out from me that I had a voice recorder recording the burglar alarms going off my attic before I was shot. That proved I was shot during a home invasion. That's one more proof. Okay. April Chandler states on the police report, she says, Buddy had a .22 rifle in the bedroom by the bed. It was logged into evidence as well as a single-shot revolver in the voice recorder from the closet. Okay, well, there we go. And then Matt Davis right here, he checks in the two .22s, the pistol and the rifle that Chandler had found, but he didn't check in the voice recorder. This is where the voice recorder went missing. So Chandler said it was checked in and she just flat out lied, but maybe she gave it to Davis and Davis stole it. That's what I'm thinking happened. Okay, is Davis stole it. Okay, these are the evidence logs when during the protective order here in December 2013, and I want to show you item number 4 is a hole, and then there it is, it's a hole. Okay, but I want to show you what happened is I requested the evidence logs in 2019 right here, okay, from the city of Midland, the evidence logs. I asked for them, and when I got the new evidence logs, this is what I see. Item number 4 right here, same item, hole. Somebody scribbled out hole and they hand wrote in 12 gauge shotgun shell. Okay, that's because the shotgun shell was not checked in by the CSI and it proved I wasn't shot with my gun. And who checked it in? Matt Davis checked it in. I believe what he did was he found out that I had noticed that there was no empty shotgun shell in my gun, and that proved I wasn't shot with my gun, thus making this a murder attempt. And he was under my house. Keep in mind, Matthew Davis was under my house then. And so he checked in a shotgun shell and then he quit the police department. That's what it looks like. And then later it looks like maybe he went to work for the governor, Ain't that interesting? And I want to show you then, he even, on a video I made on my YouTube channel, Walmart Underground Facility, he wrote, "I stole the evidence and nobody will ever find out." He was bragging about stealing evidence, and that was a voice recorder, is what I believe. And so I just want to show you what happened. And as of today, Matt Davis is a suspect in the premeditated capital murder attempt on my life for profit. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.